Hare Krishna, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswate Devi, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणे। हरे कृष्णा। So today we'll see the verse number 15 of chapter 10. And after Krishna has explained about the what we say Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, which is the essence of all the Bhagavad Gita, then Arjuna has accepted whatever Krishna has said, and he also accepted Krishna as the Supreme Lord. And he also said that it's true that the Devatas and the Rishis, they cannot understand you. So in this verse also, Arjuna establishes Krishna as the Supreme Person. And this is actually his realization after hearing the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. And whatever he has explained till now, Krishna has taught till now. So let us see this verse. Swayam at Swayam eva atmana atmanam
स्वयम् एव न आत्मना आत्मनं
Vetha tvam purushottamam
वेद त्वं पुरुषोत्तमं तम
bhuta bhavan bhutesha
भूतभावन भूतेश
deva deva jagatpate
देवदेव जगत्पते
swayam eva atmana atmanam
स्वयम् एव मा आत्मनाम
vetha tvam purushottamam
वेद त्वं पुरुषोत्तमं तम
bhuta bhavana bhutesha
भूतभावना भूतेश
deva deva jagatpate.
देवदेव जगत्पते
Please chant this shloka.
स्वयम् एव आत्मनं वेदवत त्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावना भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते
स्वयम् एवात्मानमानानं वेत्था त्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावानभूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते।
Let's see translation and purport. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your internal potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. Purport. The Supreme Lord Krishna can be known by persons who are in a relationship with him through discharge of devotional service, like Arjuna and his followers. Persons of demoniac and atheistic mentality cannot know Krishna. Mental speculation that leads one away from the Supreme Lord is a serious sin. One who does not know Krishna should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the statement of Krishna, and since it is the science of Krishna, it should be understood from Krishna as Arjuna understood it. It should not be received from atheistic persons. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabdate. The supreme truth is realized in three aspects, as impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and at last supreme personality of Godhead. So at the stage of understanding the absolute truth, one comes to the supreme personality of Godhead. A common man or even liberated man who has realized impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma may not understand God's personality. Such men therefore may endeavor to understand the supreme person from the verses of Bhagavad Gita which are being spoken by this person, Krishna. Sometimes the impersonalists accept Krishna as Bhagwan, or they accept his authority. Yet many liberated person cannot understand Krishna as Purushottam, the supreme person. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Purushottam. Yet one still may not understand that Krishna is the father of all living entities. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Bhuta Bhavana. And if one comes to know him as father of all living entities, still one may not know him as supreme controller. Therefore, he addresses him as Bhutesa, the supreme controller of everyone. And even if one knows Krishna as the supreme controller of all living entities, still one may not know that he is the origin of all the demigods. Therefore, he addresses him herein as Deva, the worshipful God of all demigods. And even if one knows him as the worshipful God of all demigods, one may not know him as the supreme proprietor of everything. Therefore, he is addressed as Jagatpati. Thus, the truth about Krishna is established in this verse by the realization of Arjuna, and we should follow in footsteps of Arjuna to understand Krishna as he is. So this verse actually establishes like the complete realization of Arjuna. And like today is Janmashtami, right? The appearance day of Krishna. So I think this verse is very perfect for us also to establish what Arjuna has realized by directly talking with Krishna. So to understand Bhagavad Gita, it's best, like Srila Prabhupada mentions, to understand directly from Krishna. But it's not always possible. So Srila Prabhupada gives us guideline that you should not hear Bhagavad Gita from an atheist or person who does not believe in God or who tries to understand Bhagavad Gita only by intelligence, or not only intelligence but speculation or logics. Intelligence, of course, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that those who study Bhagavad Gita, they worship me by their intelligence. Right? But atheists who don't believe in God, they put their own conclusions to prove that whatever Krishna is saying is not fact or it is not correct. So Prabhupada is warning us that we should avoid this. So the qualification is surrendering to Krishna, right? So Arjuna has completely surrendered to Krishna and he has accepted Krishna as his guru. And the conversation of this chapter from the first sloka is like Krishna is telling that I'm telling you something more for your benefit, and which is more confidential. So bhakti already is told as the most confidential, and the more confidential is that it's not the topmost living beings in the universe, or the rishis or the sages, they also cannot understand Krishna. And Krishna is the origin of everything, spiritual and material, and also that Krishna helps his devotees to come to him. And how he helps? By removing the ignorance. So this is the for Arjuna's benefit, right? So if what we have to do, we have to serve. We have to do the bhakti part. We have to serve Krishna by pure heart. Then Krishna helps us. So this is more confidential, that how to understand God. Nobody can understand God. Only Krishna knows. So Arjuna confirms here that only Krishna knows himself by his internal potency. Otherwise, nobody can know him. So, like if there is a very rich person, he has so many businesses. And so what he knows about himself, nobody else knows. Where are his businesses, what he is doing, what are his plans, how he is managing all these things. These things, his confidential associates may know, but overall picture, only that person will know what he is going to do. So Krishna being the proprietor of everything, it's very difficult to understand Krishna by our logics. So also Arjuna establishes Krishna, addresses Krishna by 5 words: Purushottama, Bhuta Bhavana, Bhutesha, Deva Deva, and Jagatpate. These are the 5 main, how to say, words or which glorify Krishna. So Purushottam, we all are Purush, but he is the best of everyone. Then he says, okay, so he established himself Purush, but so Bhuta Bhavana. So though we say we all are Purush or we are living beings, he is the source of everybody. He is Purushot, he is the best of Purush. Also, he is the source of everything. Bhutesha. uh, he is the Lord of everyone, and he is the controller of everyone. So he's not only the origin or source, but he also controls everyone. Deva Deva. So he does not only control or is the origin of all the living beings, and jivas, but he is also the supreme God, Deva Deva and Jagatpate. And so if we take only one universe also, he is the universe of Lord of that universe. So similarly, Krishna, so Krishna, he establishes Krishna as the absolute truth. And we know maybe our one universe, but there are innumerable of universes, right? Generated from Mahavishnu. So Krishna is the absolute truth, and he is the Jagatpati. He is the Lord of all the universes. So they are all under his control. So this is the realization of Arjuna after hearing from Krishna directly. So how we should hear the Bhagavad Gita? We should hear the Bhagavad Gita, discuss Bhagavad Gita with the devotees, those who have faith and trust in Krishna, who have Shraddha for Krishna, and who are trying to do the bhakti, serving Krishna. So from these devotees, we should hear Bhagavad Gita, we should discuss Bhagavad Gita, so that we don't miss the main part. So there can be, we don't want any own logics to understand Bhagavad Gita, putting in between our own logics, our own understanding, our own conclusions. That is not correct way, because by that we miss the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna, Srila Prabhupada also mentions that we should avoid this. Avoid what? Hearing Bhagavad Gita from atheist. So discuss with devotees because they are surrendered. So bhakti comes from devotees. So Krishna says that you can only understand me by bhakti. So if we want really bhakti, then we should hear from devotees who have that uh, bhakti. Bhakti cannot be, bhakti is not possible to generate from this material universe. It will be coming from devotee's heart only, because bhakti is beyond the material world. It can be given by Krishna's. Krishna says that I give this. So that's why the devotees are very important. So that's why we associate with devotees, we discuss with devotees. And we try to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, what Krishna is trying to tell us without any logics, our own logic, sorry. Putting up our own findings is not the correct way. This applies to the engineering students also. They, when we were doing engineering, we just follow whatever written in the book. We don't create our own theories, right? So there also we follow whatever written. So here also we have to follow whatever Krishna and Arjuna has discussed. Uh, we should not say that, oh, Deva, he's saying, Arjuna may be talking about something else. Or so this logics we don't have to put. We have to just accept, oh, Arjuna says like this. Okay, so we accept because Bhagavad Gita is the essence. So today's day is also very auspicious day. All can pray to Krishna that he guide us so that we can do bhakti, which ultimately is the only path to understand Krishna, whatever we can. Last verse, it's clearly mentioned that it's not possible for everyone to understand Krishna completely, but whatever we can understand, we should be doing by mercy of Krishna and devotees. So we can pray today Krishna like this, and that he guides us through his devotees and he uses us in this bhakti process. So next few verses are actually request from Arjuna, because Arjuna has established his or shared his conclusion, right? So now he uh, request Krishna for something more. So that we will discuss from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So any comments and additions? Anything anyone would like to say? Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining. Happy Janmashtami to all of you. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Happy Janmashtami.
Janmashtami. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Happy Janmashtami.
Janmashtami.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Happy Janmashtami.
Hare Krishna. Happy
Thank you,
Janmashtami.
Hare Krishna. Happy Janmashtami.
Happy Janmashtami.